past years, it has increasingly become the norm that researchers must demonstrate how their work will lead to short or mid-term societal and economic benefits. Funding agencies now often expect valorization plans, and many programs prioritize partnerships between academia and industry designed to turn knowledge into products as quickly as possible. I work in cancer immunotherapy, a field that has produced life-changing cancer treatments and grown into a multi-billion-dollar industry. But this success results from a chain of discoveries that were not intended to treat cancer in the first place. It all started with the discovery of antibodies in the late 19th century, and more than 50 years passed before anyone learned how to produce them in a laboratory. And even then, no one imagined they would become essential medical tools. Another essential piece came from basic research into how specific immune cells are regulated. Again, work done without a cancer therapy application in mind. Independently, these discoveries earned multiple Nobel Prizes, and together, they made modern cancer immunotherapy possible. The key lesson from this story is that completely independent lines of curiosity-driven research eventually converge to create something with enormous societal and economic impact. Now, I do believe it is part of our academic responsibility to reflect on potential societal or economic benefits of our research, and that reflection is healthy. And political accountability regarding the use of public funds is also legitimate and desirable. Furthermore, some fields generally do require coordinated, goal-driven efforts. For instance, if we think about climate technologies or pandemic preparedness. But I think there is a delicate balance between considering valorization and reshaping an entire scientific and academic landscape around it. And I think we are getting close to crossing that line, or have already crossed it in some countries. When we tie research too tightly to political priorities or to expectations for quick returns, we risk limiting our ability to generate the next generation of breakthroughs. Major discoveries often do not emerge from projects designed to deliver predictable, incremental outcomes. Another issue is the political discourse around science. We hear repeatedly that research must give back to society, and of course it must. But the timelines and expectations are increasingly set by policymakers, not in scientific reality. And this can give the public a distorted sense of how science actually works. If fast, concrete results become the expected norm, academic freedom starts to look like a luxury, while slow, uncertain discovery begins to look like inefficiency rather than what it really is, the foundation of innovation. Paradoxically, by pushing researchers towards small, safe projects that promise short-term impact, we may actually be wasting public funds, because these projects cannot deliver the transformative advances society ultimately depends on. There is one more point I want to stress. Today's research environment is shaping tomorrow's scientists. If we narrow the bandwidth within which science is allowed to operate, we severely limit the training, imagination, and risk-taking of early career researchers, who are the people whom the future scientific progress will eventually rely on. If we want real innovation, we must give science the freedom to explore paths whose value may not be immediately visible. History has shown us again and again that these are the paths that will lead to breakthroughs that truly matter. There are several questions that I would like to pose in this context. Are we unintentionally designing a research system that is incapable of producing the next major breakthrough? What kind of scientific legacy are we leaving for early career researchers? A space for discovery or a system of safe, incremental checkboxes? Finally, how do we rebuild public trust when we promise fast innovation, yet know that real discovery takes time, resources, and often fails along the way?